Hello everyone. In today's video, we are going to talk about Gnome 43 Unleashed 10 awesome new features to delight you. Myself Mohammed Zubair and this channel is all about showing you how to become a highly paid IT pro really fast. So without any further ado, let's get started. We have been hearing from a long time that we are going to get Gnome 43, and finally we got it after its beta release. So let's see what are 10 new features that have made this Gnome 43 a very good version of Gnome till now. First one is related to core shell changes. Well, finally now we have high resolution scroll wheel support that lands in Gnome, and because of its work in Wayland, now if you have high resolution display or high resolution screen, scrolling with advanced mouse such as Logitech MX Master 3 should be a treat for you, and it will work perfectly with Gnome 43. In addition to this, the direct scan out support in Gnome 43 will also help you with multi-monitor setup situations. The server-side decorations now also have been essentially color supported. And shell have been also implemented with a feature where notifications in your Linux distributions gets away when the focus changes, and it does not wait for the timeout. So how cool is that? Now, like every release, you will experience better animation performance across the desktop, and you will have improved grid and overview navigation and critical updates, and that will surely give you a seamless experience. Number 2. Quick toggles. Well, with the help of Unified System menu in Gnome, Shell's Unified System menu have not been changed up to the dramatic level since its introduction in Gnome version 3.10. But yes, it has refined the way how some menus in Linux distribution works. They reordered the settings, they removed toggles, but it remained essentially as a vertical list of items in your submenu. But that is no more the case with Gnome 43. If I click on this submenu button here, you can see now we have capsules for different menus in here. As you can see, now it is more realistic and more understandable. For example, if I click on this balanced, now I can see that this feature is turned on and it is working. If I click on dark mode, it means I have just selected my dark mode, and you can also see that this capsule has also changed its color. So it shows that this particular feature or this particular menu is active. Other than that, the new quick toggle status menu now makes it easier for you to turn on or off common settings, just like this one. As I have mentioned earlier, you just need to click on this Bluetooth and it will turn it on, and again if you click on it, it will turn it off back. Now we have some options that were not included in the start menu. For example, dark mode was not earlier there, and now you do not need to further open the menu and look at its option. Just click on it and you will activate this feature very easily. Number 3. Extra options from toggle menu. Well, if you see some pills here, or you can say some menu offer you extra options or let you extra settings or actions. For example, now you can pick up a Wi-Fi network from the menu itself. So here if you see, we have an arrow icon in here. If you just click on it, it will open all the available Wi-Fi connections in your system, and you can select one from the available. Same goes for audio devices, but at the moment, as I only have one audio device, that is why I do not have this option. But let's say you have multiple audio devices plugged in into your system, you will get an arrow sign just like this one in front of your volume toggle. From there, you can select a particular audio device. So how cool is that? Number 4. Improved file manager. Let me open my files manager. I'll just open my home directory. Well, the file manager have finally arrived in all the GTK4 theme and glory. The whole app looks fresh and modern, as you can see, and almost every part of the UI is updated or improved, and file manager's tabs are now having a floating look similar to the tabs in the most recent version of Mozilla Firefox. As you can see here, we have different tabs, and the sidebar now will collapse when you will change the width of your window, but you can access it anytime if you want. For example, if I change the size or width of my file manager, you will see that sidebar will collapse. But what if I want to see my sidebar from here? For that purpose, here we have a button that says show sidebar. Just click on it and it will appear your sidebar in front of you. You can go to any directory from here. So how cool and how interactive it is. Other than that, list view has also been updated, as we have now more space between the items. For example, let me change the view. I'll go into list view, and if I select multiple files, here you can see now we have more space between each item in here. How cool is that? Other than that, if you open the properties for any of your file or your folder, it will give you a look that will keep with the rest of the modern Gnome desktop, and many other elements are reordered in here and they are repositioned so that it is easier for you to find them and use. So here you can see now we have very detailed information and in a very sophisticated way. Here it is the modified date and this is the created date. Here we also have the permissions for this particular folder. Earlier this was not like this. I'll just close this one and let's move on to the next one. Number 5. New calendar. Well, Gnome desktop default calendar app has very improved UI, including a new sidebar with date picker and agenda list. Let me open my calendar. Here it is. I'll just open that one. So here if you see, now it has been improved a lot. And this calendar app now compacts itself for improved usability on smaller displays if you decrease the width of display. Let's say you are using your Gnome 43 on a device that has a very limited screen size. On that, your calendar will adjust itself on its own. So just like your file managers, the sidebar will collapse if you change the width of your calendar in here. How cool is that? And much of the in-app styling around events is updated to work well in both light and dark mode. So no matter what type of mode you are using in your Gnome 43, it will work pretty fine. Just click on any of the date, you can create an event in here, and whatever the event you create in here will appear on the sidebar just like this one. That have been improved a lot. Other than this feature, there is another feature, and that is pinch to zoom support. For example, using a pinch gesture on a multi-touch enabled devices allows you to scale the main week view to see specific dates and your events more closely. And you can also see more dates and events at once. So as I do not have the touch screen, so that is why I will not be able to show it. So that was all about the calendar, and now let's move on to the next one. Number 6. Software improvement. Well, for that purpose, I need to open my App Store or Ubuntu software in here. So I'll just click on it. Well, when you try to download something from the App Store of your Linux distribution, you will see the sources drop down in Gnome Software Center, and it has a new look and a new location. And this new option is far more informative at a glance, with a nice big check mark indicating the source from where you are going to install your application. For example, if I just search for VLC Media Player in my Ubuntu software, here it is, I'll just click on that one. Here you see we have sources list. If you just click on this drop down arrow, it will show you the information that from these resources this VLC Media Player is available, and it's all up to you that from where you want to download it. And here we have a tick. It means this is the source that have been selected, and at this particular moment my VLC Media Player will get downloaded from this particular source. Earlier that was not available. How cool is that, and how interactive it is in terms of selecting the source of your applications. Let me just close this one. Number 7. About dialogues. Well, let me open my files, or let open any application in your Linux distribution. Well, this might not be the most exciting features of the Gnome 43, but it was surely one of the area that needed a bit of attention so that people can get the best experience and consistency while using the app, and it also needed to ensure people that their experience is going to be complete and cohesive. So here if I just click on this option menu, and from here if I click on this about file section, it will open a small window like this containing all the information about this particular utility. Here we have its version in terms of Gnome, then we have website, then you can report an issue. So basically what I'm trying to tell you here is that we have very sophisticated information in a very sophisticated way, as we have everything separated from each other with the help of these tabs. So how cool it is. Number 8. Emblem. Well, this is a very exciting feature. We had the emblems in Gnome long way back, and we do not know why they went away in some previous Gnome version. Let me open my files and let me explain to you what I'm trying to tell you here. I'll resize my files in here and let's go to our Ubuntu. Well, with the help of this emblem, you will see icons on your different directories and your different files. For example, this is a symbolic link. And these links will let you know if this directory is read-only file or it is executable, or you need sudo privileges in order to access this one. The icon also change their color based on the theme. For example, if you have used different themes on your Ubuntu, your icon will have different color as well. And there are multiple emblems, or you can say different icons, that are available for your single file. Number 9. Remote access with sound. Well, this is one of the features that I really wanted, and there was a dire need of it, and that is remote access with sound. Let's say you are trying to connect with your Gnome or your Linux distribution that supports Gnome 43 with a remote desktop app. For example, let's say using the RDP. It is now possible that you will receive the audio from the host as well. Earlier, that was the issue, that whenever we tried to access our remote Linux distributions, there was a sound issue. Now it will not be there anymore. Number 10. Additional features. Well, there are some other features, or you can say there are some other improvements that have been added in this Gnome 43. And first one is disk usage analyzer. For example, if I just write here disk, here it is, disk usage analyzer. If I just open this one, and visually it have been improved a lot. Other than that, there have been improvement in the calculator as well. Let me open my calculator app. Here it is. Now you will see it has more sharp color, more sharp edges, and here we have some more options in here. Here we have advanced, financial, programming, keyboard, etc. Earlier, this was not as good as it is now. Other than calculator, we have our screenshot menu in the submenu at the top bar. If I just click here, we have an icon for our screenshots. If I just click here, now you can directly take a screenshot from this submenu. So you can just select the area and you are ready to go. How cool is that? So these are 10 of the features in Gnome 43 that will absolutely delight you. Other than that, there is one more thing that will help you a lot, and that is the availability, and it is one of the main issues. Well, in case if you are looking to use Gnome 43 and if you want to see, or if you want to know that from where you can find it, well, if you download Fedora, OpenSUSE or Ubuntu, you will be able to easily use Gnome 43, because these are coming with Gnome 43 as the desktop environment. Now, I'll tell you some little bit more detail about it. For example, in terms of Fedora provides Gnome straight out of the box, so you just need to download and install it. But Fedora Workstation 36 was available with Gnome 42, but Fedora 37 currently is in development and it will be released with Gnome 43. In terms of the OpenSUSE, Gnome can be selected when you are trying to install the latest version of your OpenSUSE, and the stable version is OpenSUSE Leap 15.4. and it includes Gnome 41. But the rolling release of OpenSUSE Tumbleweed includes the Gnome 43. Now let's talk about the Ubuntu. Well, in terms of the Ubuntu 22.04 LTS version includes the Gnome 42 with minor alteration. But we have just received Ubuntu 22.10 released, and it has Gnome 43 by default. And here we also have minor alteration. So if you install Gnome session, you can also choose to launch persistent Gnome from the login screen. How cool is that? And I'm also using Ubuntu 22.10 as you can see onto your screen. So these are different choices that you can go with in terms of using Gnome 43 desktop environment. So that was all about this video, and I hope now that you will try Gnome 43 at least once. If you have liked this video, please leave a like, subscribe and press the bell icon. And if you have anything to ask, please leave a comment below. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. Till the next video, take care.